Hey guys, welcome to this stretch sequence to help you get your splits pose. So these stretches are going to be great for if splits is your goal. However, even if it's not your ultimate goal and you are just looking at wanting to improve your flexibility, then these stretches are also great. We're going to be really opening up the hips and the hamstrings. So whether you're a complete beginner, this is still going to be beneficial to you, or if you are looking at going into full splits, then this is great for either of those. So if you have any props, grab them now. So you may have a couple of blocks. If not, then some books will have the same effect. So bring whatever you're using over to your mat, and we're going to get started by coming into a downward facing dog. So spread the fingers wide, push into the palms, tuck the toes, lift the knees, and press the thighs back in space. Now, if you are feeling particularly tight today, or if you are just beginning out on your flexibility journey, keep a nice generous bend in the knees. Taking some slow, steady breaths, starting to melt the chest towards the thighs, finding length through the spine and an opening through the backs of the legs, feeling a nice stretch through the calves and through the hamstrings. Just take one more big breath in through the nose here. And exhale out through the mouth. Now let's just lower the knees all the way back down, and then stack the right foot forwards. So we're coming into a low lunge. So we stack the right knee over the right ankle. So first option here is to use your blocks. So if you're feeling some tightness in the hips, prop yourself up into your blocks. You can use either height, whatever is working best for you. You choose. Maybe you're resting the hands upon the thigh, pressing weight into the front foot. So also, if you are just starting it out, you might find that you're a little bit more upright. If you're feeling a bit more open, you've got the space there, you might be sinking down into the hips, sending the hips forwards and down. So we're finding that nice stretch through the hip flexor muscle, through the front of the left thigh. Now think of squeezing the inner thighs towards one another. Keep nice length through the spine. And finding those slow, steady breaths again. In and out through the nose. Try to relax the shoulders down. Relax the face. Breathing into the area where you are feeling the stretch the most. So hands are maybe propped onto your blocks. Maybe you're resting the hands on the thigh. Now from here, we're going to take a twist, so reaching the right hand towards the back leg and the left arm just coming over that right thigh, gazing towards the right shoulder. So deepening that stretch into the hips. Keeping the spine long, keeping the breath smooth and steady. Good, and then coming back to the center, we're going to come into lizard pose. So we bring the hands to the inside of the right foot and then begin to heel toe the right foot to the edge of the mat. Again, blocks or your books. Rest hands onto the blocks. You can either have them at the lowest height, you can have them higher up. So find somewhere where you get that comfortable stretch. Maybe you're down on the hands. Sinking hips forwards and down, keeping that length through the spine. And try not to create any tension anywhere else in the body at the same time. So relax the face, relax the shoulders, maybe close the eyes, surrender into this. Relax the forehead and the jaw. And staying just as you are, or maybe lowering down to the forearms. Breathing into the stretch. And start to walk the hands back up. If you lowered down, we're going to heel toe the foot back to the middle of the mat. Now tuck the back toes, spin the back foot down so that you're coming into warrior two. So back foot is parallel to the edge of your mat. Bend into the front knee, open the hips up towards the left, sink down into the hips, press down into the outer edge of the back foot, reach the arms out. So yes, this is a strengthening pose, but it's also a stretch at the same time. So we're really opening up the inner thighs, gazing towards the front fingers, stacking shoulders over the hips, sending this right knee towards the right edge of the mat. Slow and steady breaths. So finding a balance between strength and flexibility is really important. Which is why we will be going through strengthening movements and poses as well as stretching. Now start to straighten the front leg, turn that right foot so that it's also parallel to the edge of the mat. Inhale and find length all the way up through the spine. Start to hinge forwards. Coming into a wide leg forward fold. Might use a block here to lower your hands onto. You maybe lower hands to the floor. So if you're finding this quite comfortable and fairly easy, see if you can send some more weight into the balls of the feet. Take an inhale, come up onto the fingertips, maybe pressing into your block, maybe to the floor. We're going to walk the hands over to find the left leg. Grabbing onto the ankle or the calf and then hugging yourself in towards the knee. Release, lower hands down and then start walking all the way to the right. Drawing the chest towards the leg. And then bringing hands back down to the mat. Take an inhale, lengthen out the spine. Good, and then we'll soften into the knees and start to turn the toes to face the top of the mat. Take a couple of steps in with the back foot. Back foot now at a 45-degree angle. We're going to press fingertips to the earth or maybe on to your blocks. For this version of pyramid, so we're going to shift our weight into the right foot and then take it into the left foot. So just switching between shifting the weight from front to back. Finding your breath. And then keeping the weight in the right foot. And we're going to lift the left foot away from the floor. And then start to send the left leg up for 10. 9, tap the toes down. 8, squeeze in the left glute. 7, 6, see if you can get it a little bit higher. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it up, hold it here for standing splits pose. Squeeze the left glute. Send the left leg high, point through the toes. And then soften into the right knee and lower left foot all the way back down. And then come to find your low lunge again. So soften the back knee down, right knee stacking over the right ankle. And again, using your blocks here, or bringing the left hand down to the floor. We're going to reach the right arm around, bend the back knee, and take a hold of the right foot, of the left foot. So drawing the foot in towards the hip. And then we're going to press the foot away. Draw it in. And then press away. Again, keep the chest nice and open here. And again, if this is a bit too much, you can be in your low lunge, using your blocks to place the hands onto. One more time, draw it in, take it back, and then lower the foot down, tuck the toes, press the palms down, and then step back to find a downward facing dog. And just give it a little bit of a pedal out through the feet, releasing any tension. Good, and then lower the knees to the floor. I'm going to step our left foot through this time. Coming into a low lunge, left knee over left ankle. Again, maybe using your blocks here. Maybe you're a little bit more upright. Maybe you're able to sink the hips down and forwards. Maybe placing hands to the thigh. Finding something that's working for you. Lengthen up through the spine. Squeeze the inner thighs towards one another. And you might like to close the eyes. Focus on the breath. Relax the face. And then lower the hands down to the inside of the left foot. Heel toe left foot out to the edge of the mat. Let's come into lizard pose. Use your blocks. Use the floor. Keep that nice length through the spine. Breathe into the area of stretch. Maybe lowering down if you have the space there. And you might notice that one side feels a lot tighter to the other, and that is absolutely normal. And if you did lower down, bring yourself back onto the hands or onto your blocks. Heel toe the left foot to the middle of the mat. Tuck the back toes, and then spin the foot to the parallel with the edge of the mat, and we'll come into warrior two. So opening hips up towards the right side now. And when you're ready, reach the arms out, soften the shoulders down, sink into the hips, really pressing into the outer edge of the back foot and sending the left knee towards the left edge of the mat. Deep breaths. Staying for one more breath. And then bringing the hands down to frame the foot. Take a step in with the back foot, back toes at 45 degrees, using hands and pressing into the floor or to your blocks, shifting the weight from front to back. And then keeping the weight in the front foot, and we're going to lift and lower the back leg for 10. Squeeze in the glute. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Again, you can be using hands on blocks here. 3, 2, 1, and lift the legs, standing splits. Point through the toes. Squeeze the glutes. And then bend into the left knee, lower the right foot down, soften the back knee, find your low lunge. So again, using blocks to place under the hands, maybe placing right hand down and reaching for the back leg. And if you are holding that back foot, we're going to draw it in to the glute and then push it away. Draw it in, send it back. Draw it in, take it back. One more time. And releasing the foot. Tuck the back toes and then step yourself back, downward facing. Release any tension, pedal out through the feet. And then we'll lower down to the knees and then come all the way into a seat. Then we're going to come into a wide leg fold. So take the legs as wide as you comfortably can. You can be sitting onto one of your blocks. If this is not feeling so comfy, try it out with a block. We're going to keep the legs engaged, send toes up towards the sky, kneecaps are pointing up. So we're going to take the hands in front of the hips. Press into the fingertips and lift up and lengthen as you inhale. And then on the exhale, maybe beginning to walk the hands forwards. And if this is too much, no worries, stay upright. Just be wherever you need to be at this moment in time. Maybe you lower the forearms down. Breathe into the stretch, whatever stage of that stretch you are in. Closing the eyes, surrendering, softening, relaxing the breath. And then start to walk the hands back up. And we'll twist over to the left and start to walk the hands forwards, taking a hold of the foot, maybe the low leg, maybe hands to the floor. And then start to rise up. Upper body facing towards the right foot now. Sit tall. And then begin to reach forwards. Deepening the stretch down the back of the right leg now. And then start to lift back up. Bring the legs together for a moment. Give them a hug. Just release any tension that has maybe built up. And then we'll come over onto all fours. And now we're going to attempt to come in to splits pose. So if you're using blocks, then have them either side of you. And we're going to Bend the front knee as if you were coming into your low lunge, or start off in your low lunge. And if you're using your blocks, just prop them underneath of the hands and then start to slide the right leg forwards, taking the left leg back, just coming down to find a place where you can be, where you can breathe, where you can feel the stretch, but we do not want to be feeling pain here. So maybe you take away your blocks, maybe you're propping hands onto them. You can also place one under the right thigh. So find a place where you can settle. Deep breaths. Relaxing the face. Relaxing the jaw. And if you are looking to go a little bit deeper, maybe walking forwards, bowing the head down over the front leg. And just add in a little bit of variation to this. Maybe walking the hands back, opening up the chest. Maybe taking a twist. So really doing what feels good in your body. And then we'll press into the hands and slowly, or your blocks if you're using your blocks, slowly start to make your way back out. Just trying not to take the mat with me. So just let any tension go from the legs. And we'll take it on the other side. So step the left foot forwards, and you may find that this side is noticeably more restricted. This is definitely my more restricted, tighter side. So we'll start off with the blocks. Start to slide the left leg forwards, taking the right leg back. Maybe you're able to lower your block height. So really gradually coming into this, easing off at any time that you need to. Maybe taking the blocks away. Breathing. Smiling, telling the body that you're relaxing into this. So the more relaxed that your breath is, the more relaxed the body will be, the muscles will become. So making any movements, maybe folding down. And then we'll slowly start to make our way out. Widen the knees, big toes together, hips down over the heels. Walk the hands forwards, rest here in child's pose. Just let any tension release from the body. Take a nice big breath in through the nose and exhale out through the mouth. And then when you're ready, start to make your way up. Good, well done. Thanks so much for joining me. So that is the end of this split stretching sequence. Hopefully it's of benefit to you and it helps you get into your splits, or even just to improve your flexibility and leave you feeling a bit more open and free of tension. So let me know how you found it, let me know if you enjoyed, and I will see you again soon. Thanks so much for joining.